Hi friends. This movie is about pain, injustice, and the quiet courage of one old man who refused to let evil win. Get ready to hear a story that's not just about revenge, but about love, heartbreak, and silent strength. This is Timeline Movie Recaps. We begin in a small, quiet town in Russia. An old man named Ivan Fonin lives in a modest apartment building. He's a retired soldier, someone who gave his best years to protect his country. Now, he's living a simple life, raising his granddaughter, Katya. Her parents work far away in another city, so Ivan takes care of everything: her meals, her school, her safety, her smile. Ivan loves Katya more than anything in the world. She's kind, gentle, and smart. The two share a peaceful life. He makes tea for her every morning. She sings songs while doing homework. He watches her grow and feels proud, even if he never says it out loud. But one day, everything changes. Katya goes out to visit a friend and returns home looking pale, hurt, and broken. Her eyes avoid Ivan's. Her hands shake. Her clothes are messy. Something is wrong. Ivan looks at her closely. She tries to speak but can't. Her voice is lost in fear. He gently places his hand on her shoulder and asks, "What happened?" She bursts into tears. Through sobs, she tells him, she was invited upstairs by some boys in the building. They told her it was a birthday party. They seemed friendly, at first. She didn't want to go but didn't want to be rude either. She thought it would be quick, just say hello, sing a birthday song, and leave. But the moment she walked into the apartment, things changed. The smiles faded. The kindness disappeared. One boy offered her a drink. She said no. But they kept pushing. Laughing. Saying, "Don't worry, just one sip." After more pressure, she gave in. That drink had something in it. Soon, Katya felt dizzy. Her legs wobbled. Her thoughts grew cloudy. She tried to leave. But they blocked the door. They dragged her into a room, locked it, and hurt her in ways that words can't explain. 3 boys did this. Vadim, Boris, and Igor. They laughed while she cried. When they were done, they threw money at her. Called her names. Told her to go home and forget it happened. She left. But she would never forget. And neither would Ivan. Ivan's heart burns with anger. He files a police report immediately. The officers take photos, ask questions, collect evidence. At first, it seems like the law is doing its job. But then, everything stops. The case is closed without warning. Charges are dropped. The boys walk free. Why? Because Vadim's father is a powerful police colonel. With one phone call, he erases the case. No trial. No justice. Ivan is shocked. Angry. But not defeated. He walks straight to the colonel's house and demands an explanation. The colonel opens the door, cold and uncaring. "Your granddaughter made a mistake," he says. "Don't embarrass her or yourself." Ivan clenches his fists but says nothing. He walks away. He tries again. Goes to higher offices. Talks to anyone who will listen. He even considers hiring a lawyer, but they all cost too much. He tries to mortgage an old property, but it doesn't raise enough money. Meanwhile, Katya is falling apart. She barely speaks. She doesn't sing anymore. Her laughter is gone. Ivan watches her fade away and knows he can't just sit still. One day, he learns that their neighbor, an old woman named Auntie, left for her village and gave them the key to her apartment. From her window, you can see the boys' apartment across the street. That night, Ivan tells Katya, "I'm going to Moscow. I'll be back soon." She nods silently. Ivan doesn't go to visit anyone. He goes to buy a gun. He finds a black market weapons dealer. The man shows him pistols, knives, and junk rifles. Ivan shakes his head. "I need a sniper rifle," he says. The dealer pauses. Then makes a call. Soon, Ivan is handed a long case. He opens it and smiles. Inside is a sniper rifle, old, but strong. Ivan holds it like an old friend. He checks the scope. The balance. He goes to a testing site, aims at a can on a rock wall, and fires. Perfect hit. Back in town, Katya's mother returns without warning. She brings a strange man with her. Acts like nothing happened. When she finds out Ivan used their old property for money, she gets angry. Demands her share. Ivan tells her to leave. "You weren't here when Katya needed you. Don't pretend to care now." She storms out. That night, Ivan climbs to Auntie's apartment. Opens the window. Lays the sniper rifle on a pillow. Aims. Igor is standing on the balcony across the street, smoking and laughing. Ivan's finger tightens on the trigger. But just as he's about to shoot, he hesitates. His hands tremble. His vision blurs. He fires. The bullet hits the wall. Igor jumps back inside, startled. Ivan sighs. He missed. But he doesn't give up. Next time, he aims lower, at Igor's leg. Boom. The bullet strikes. Igor screams. Chaos follows. The police show up. But again, no real investigation happens. Ivan watches as the boys try to act normal. Then, he spots Boris driving a flashy car. Showing off. Laughing. Ivan doesn't wait. He follows Boris. Finds a nearby house with a window view of the street. Hangs a grocery bag on a tree outside to hide the sound. Then, he aims. Fires at the car's fuel tank. Boom. Fire and smoke fill the air. Boris is gone. Now only Vadim is left. The colonel gives Vadim a rifle and tells him to stay indoors. They both know Ivan is behind this, but they have no proof. A young police officer named Bijo starts getting suspicious. He had seen Ivan before, calm, quiet, but something in his eyes was sharp. Bijo visits Ivan's house. He sees a spare key hanging near the door. "Whose is this?" he asks. Katya says, "It's for our neighbor's place." Bijo nods, says nothing, and leaves. But later that night, he checks Auntie's apartment. It's empty, but something feels off. He returns the next day and searches again. This time, he finds the rifle, hidden behind a loose floorboard. He doesn't report it. Instead, he wraps the gun in a cloth, gets in his car, and drives to Ivan's home. "Come with me," he tells Ivan. Ivan, surprised, obeys. They drive in silence. Then Bijo speaks, "You forgot to clean up after the last shot. I found your rifle." Ivan stays quiet. Bijo continues. "I didn't tell anyone. I'm giving it back to you. But don't make this mistake again." Ivan stares at him. "Why?" "Because," Bijo says, "they deserved it." Meanwhile, Vadim's paranoia grows. He locks himself in a room. Aims the rifle at the door, waiting for Ivan. But one night, the colonel arrives home late. Finds the door locked. Kicks it open. Vadim, scared out of his mind, pulls the trigger. Boom. He kills his own father. The house goes silent. Back across the street, Ivan sits quietly. In his chair. Listening. Thinking. Then he hears something, music. Katya is singing again. Her voice is soft, but real. Ivan closes his eyes. A tear runs down his cheek. For the first time in a long time, something inside him feels whole. This wasn't just revenge. It was a grandfather protecting the only light left in his world. They thought he was old, weak, easy to ignore. But they were wrong. He was quiet because he had seen war. He was patient because he had known pain. And he was deadly, because when justice fails, some men don't forget how to fight. This is the story of Ivan Fonin. A man who had nothing left, except love. And that love turned him into something no one expected. Thank you for watching, subscribe for more powerful movie recaps. See you next time.